Welcome to the deep dive. We take your sources, we dig in, and we pull out the essential insights.
Yep, and today we're diving into a really comprehensive guide all about mastering LinkedIn.
Right, so our mission here is to extract the key strategies, the tools, basically the actionable stuff from this guide
Yeah.
to help you build a really powerful professional presence online.
Absolutely. And the source material, it really pushes beyond seeing LinkedIn as just, another social network.
Yeah, it frames it differently.
Fundamentally, yeah. It's your digital business card, but dynamic. It's presented as this powerful networking engine and, frankly, essential for professional development today.
Okay, so breaking it down, the guide seems to lay out a pretty clear path. It's built on these core ideas, right? First, build that solid profile. Then you got to activate effective content. Then grow your network, but strategically. And finally, use it for job searching, career moves.
Exactly. It's all about being intentional, moving from just having profile passively to actively using it as a tool.
It's like the difference between just leaving a resume on a table versus actually working the room at an event.
That's a great way to put it. It's active versus static.
So logically, the guide starts right at the beginning, building your digital front door. Profile creation, optimization, the basics, but maybe not so basic.
Right. And they really emphasize thinking about your profile not just as like an online resume. It's interactive, it's dynamic. Every single piece matters.
And the first thing people see, your profile photo. The guide's super specific here.
Yeah, and it has to be processional, clear,
Yeah.
updated. They talk about a friendly expression, neutral background,
No vacation pics.
definitely no vacation pics or, blurry shots from your phone.
Yeah.
It's that first digital handshake. It counts.
And the cover photo, often overlooked maybe.
Could be. The source suggests using it strategically. It's not your face again, but it should reflect your professional identity, maybe your industry, or even just an abstract image that kind of hints at your values or brand.
Adds context without words.
Exactly.
Okay, then the professional headline. This is where the guide seems to think it gets really critical.
It is. It's not just listing your current job title. They call it your digital billboard. You get about 120 characters. Got to be concise, attractive, and packed with keywords.
Keywords are key.
Totally. The goal is to instantly tell someone the value you bring, what you actually do, not just where you work.
They give an example, right?
Yeah, good one. Digital marketing specialist, SEO, content strategist, helping brands grow online. See? Skills, strategy, and the outcome, or who you help.
That makes sense. It's optimized for search, recruiters, people looking for collaborators.
Precisely.
So after that headline punch, you've got the about section, the summary.
Right, your narrative space. The guide sees this as your chance to, tell your story briefly. Who are you professionally? Key achievements, quantifiable if possible.
Quantifiable, they stress that.
Yeah, numbers help. Touch on your passions, your goals. And again, weave in those keywords naturally. It's about being persuasive and discoverable. It adds the personality, the why, behind the bullet points.
Which brings us to the experience section. And here, too, they push beyond just listing duties.
Right. Focus on achievements, results. Instead of just, managed social media, it should be something like increased social media engagement by 40% in 6 months. Show the impact.
They even suggest adding multimedia, like videos, presentations.
Yeah. To show your work, not just describe it. It makes it much more dynamic. Again, impact over just listing activities.
Okay. Then there's the standard stuff. Education, credentials, degrees, certs, relevant courses.
Don't forget awards or recognitions if they fit your professional story.
Makes sense. Then skills and endorsements. Highlight hard and soft skills, okay, but the guide says the endorsements are where the power is.
That's the key takeaway. Getting colleagues, bosses, clients to actually validate those skills. That's the credibility piece. They suggest aiming for at least 5 to 10 validated skills.
Adds that layer of proof.
Exactly. And recommendations take that even further. The source calls them the seal of trust.
So you need to ask for them.
Proactively, yes, from people you've worked closely with. And interestingly, they also suggest giving recommendations. It's reciprocal, builds that social proof.
Like digital word of mouth. Carries weight.
Definitely.
Couple more quick profile points. Custom URL. Make it clean. Like linkedin.com. In your name. Easy to share.
Simple, but effective. And profile language. If you're looking internationally, consider having profiles in multiple languages.
Good tip. Okay, moving slightly away from just the profile content, the guide talks about settings and privacy, controlling your presence. Why is that important?
Well, the guide frames it as taking control of your digital footprint, basically. Who sees what?
Yeah.
Protecting your info. managing who can send you connection requests, that kind of thing.
And there's that option. Change connect to follow.
Yeah, that's highlighted as a strategic choice, mostly if you're aiming to be more of a content creator or a public figure. It shifts the focus from peer connection to building an audience.
But for most people?
For most people, the guide says, make sure your profile visibility is set to public. You want to be found, right? Maximize that reach, unless you have a really specific reason not to.
Okay. And job alerts, you can set those up in settings too.
Yep, a simple passive way to keep an eye out for opportunities.
All right, this next part feels like where the real action is. Content creation strategies. This is about activating that profile you just built.
Absolutely. The guide presents this as like the main way to build your personal brand, your professional brand, position yourself as an expert.
It starts with audience.
Yeah, first step, who are you trying to reach? What do they care about? What relevant info, insights, solutions can you offer them consistently?
And the content needs to be relevant and useful, not just noise.
Exactly. Share your knowledge, your perspective, ideas, experiences from your field. And a key point they make. Don't just share third-party news articles. Add your own take, your analysis, your perspective. That's the value.
Add value. Don't just amplify.
Precisely.
And there are different types of content.
Right. The guide breaks it down. Short posts, good for quick thoughts, questions, maybe sharing an image or video. Articles for the deeper stuff, case studies, tutorials, longer analysis.
Videos get a special mention.
Yeah, they're highlighted as really engaging, high-reach potential. Good for explaining concepts, sharing tips, event takeaways.
Polls for interaction, documents like PDFs for sharing resources.
Yep, different tools for different goals.
But the one thing that applies to all of it, according to the guide.
Consistency. Gotta be constant. That keeps you visible, keeps your audience engaged. They suggest something like 3 to 5 times a week.
That's quite it.
It is, but it's about staying top of mind. And use hashtags, relevant ones, maybe 2D5 per post. Helps people find your stuff.
And it's not just about posting outright. Interaction matters.
Hugely. It's bi-directional. Respond to comments on your posts. Ask questions in your posts to get discussion going. Participate on other people's content. React. Comment thoughtfully. It's a conversation.
Not just a broadcast.
No. And then you need to know if it's working. So look at your metrics. Likes, comments, shares, views. The guide says analyze that to see what resonates and adjust your strategy.
And for the really active creators, there's the newsletter option too. Build loyalty.
Yeah, another tool in the toolkit.
Okay, switching gears slightly, but still related to activating your profile. Networking and connections. LinkedIn as the place for professional networking.
That's how the guide positions it. And the core advice. Connect strategically.
Quality over quantity.
Explicitly. The argument is like 50 really good connections who know you, who might advocate for you. That's way more valuable than 500 random ones.
Makes sense. And how you connect matters too.
Oh, definitely. Personalize those connection requests. Yeah. Always. A short note, why you want to connect, how you know them, maybe mention something specific about their work. It apparently makes a huge difference in acceptance rates compared to the generic message.
Avoid the default message. Got it. What else for networking?
Groups. Join relevant industry groups. Don't just lurk, participate. Share your knowledge, ask good questions, connect with members you find interesting.
Stay informed too.
Yeah, follow companies you care about, follow leaders, influencers, media in your sector. Keeps your feed useful, gives you things to react to and share your take on.
And once you are connected,
don't let it go cold. The guide says send meaningful messages sometimes. Build the relationship, offer help, share something relevant, maybe ask for advice respectfully. It's an ongoing thing.
Okay, so you've built the profile, you're creating content, you're networking. Now, using it for the job search.
Right. The guide highlights this as a massive benefit, an invaluable tool for finding opportunities.
Step 1 is optimizing your profile for the jobs you want.
Exactly. Make sure the keywords, job titles, skills, industry terms for the roles you're targeting are right there in your headline, your summary, your experience. Recruiters search using these terms.
Your profile needs to pop up.
Then, obviously, use the job section, explore postings, sure, but the guide emphasizes using those advanced filters effectively. Role, location, sector, experience level, job type. Filter strategically. Don't just browse endlessly.
And research the company before applying.
Strongly recommended. Use LinkedIn itself. Check their company page, see who works there, what they've been posting about, recent news, understanding their culture, values. That gives you a real edge in the application in the interview.
Shows you did your homework.
For sure. They also explain the open to work feature.
Yeah.
You can signal you're looking either discreetly just at recruiters or more publicly with that green banner on your photo.
Without alerting your current boss, potentially.
Well, there's a setting for that. And if you see a job that looks perfect,
be proactive.
yeah, the source suggests if the recruiter's profile allows it, try reaching out directly. Express your interest, maybe follow up. Shows initiative.
And don't forget your network.
Crucial. Ask connections if they know of openings or if they can make an introduction at a company you're interested in. Leverage those quality connections you built.
Okay, almost there. The guide also briefly touches on LinkedIn for businesses, company pages.
Right, for companies themselves.
Right.
It's about having an optimized company page. That's their digital storefront, their employer brand hub, showcasing products, services, culture.
They use it for marketing, obviously. Publishing content, promoting wins.
And employer branding.
Attracting
talent by showing what it's actually like to work there.
And finding talent. It's a huge recruitment tool.
Oh yeah, primary tool for talent acquisition for many companies. Finding and vetting candidates.
Plus PR, networking with other businesses, partners, clients.
All that.
Oh.
And, just like individuals, the guide tells companies to watch their analytics, monitor performance, optimize their strategy.
So, wrapping this all up, what's the big picture takeaway from this guide?
Well, it's pretty clear. LinkedIn is way more than just a place to park your resume online. It's this multifaceted tool. Its real power only gets unlocked when you use it intentionally, consistently, strategically, across all these different areas we've talked about.
It comes back to those pillars.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Consistency in showing up, authenticity in who you present and how you interact, and providing real value to your network through your content, through your conversations.
Ultimately, the guide frames putting time and effort into LinkedIn not as a chore, but as a direct investment in your professional future.
Absolutely. Whatever that future might hold for you.
So maybe the final thought for you, the listener,
Wow.
if you're currently just thinking of your LinkedIn as that static online resume,
just sitting there.
think about this. What happens if you shift from that passive state? What if you start actively engaging, creating content, connecting strategically? How could that transform LinkedIn from just a digital filing cabinet into a dynamic engine?
An engine that's constantly working for you, generating new connections, surfacing unexpected insights, maybe even creating opportunities you wouldn't have stumbled upon otherwise. Food for thought.